staying the
The Group 2 Dubai Gold Cup. Up-and-coming stayer Tower of London started favourite despite the presence of more senior top liners Coltrane and Siskany. Elder being a late scratching.
At the 2 mile marker and getting away very, very fast here over onto the near far side part of the course was Passion and Glory. Libyan Glass working up in the early stages with Nayyir. They were followed there by Siskany. Iron Barrows coming across, and Trawlerman using every bit of the track here, coming down the centre part of the course, racing in isolation. Further back, just worse than midfield here, was Giavellotto along with Sober. Seastone in that 3 wide passage along with Daramethos, Sevenna's Knight. Then came Coltrane. Tower of London now third to last from Enemy, and Roberto Escobar is the last one. Eldarov scratched at the gates. So inside the 2,600 metres, Kieran Schumacher leads a narrow margin here on Trawlerman as they come to the post on the first occasion, and eventually will work over to sit to the outside of the Japanese runner Libyan Glass. Iron Barrows, another Japan runner, sitting in the top 3 from Passion and Glory. Blue colours, red cap. There was a gap of 3.5 lengths as they make their way down the front to Nayyir, who settles down 5th. Now coming across to the fence with Siskany, Giavellotto, allowing them to cross there about 8th and spotting the lead about 7 or 8 lengths here as they make their way off the front past the 2,100 metres. Then came Seastone. In the centre of runners was Sober, followed by Daramethos. Then came Sevenna's Knight, 2 lengths back to Tower of London, who's now 4th to last. Coltrane drops back in the field. Enemy for Ian Williams into 2nd to last, and Roberto Escobar sees them all as they make their way down past the 1,800 metres. And as they make their way onto the back of the course, Libyan Glass leads a narrow margin, a half a length. Fractions are moderate. Trawlerman the outside in 2nd, stalks this leader and sits on his girth, ready to pounce. Back on the inside, it is Passion Glory, lays 3rd the rail. In the 1-1 was Iron Barrows, followed there next in running by Nayyir. He's 5th and has shut off well from Siskany, who's 6th. Then came Giavellotto from Seastone, who's been deep and wide without a back at the moment, forced to improve a shade from Sober. Then came Daramethos. Sevenna's Knight was next from Tower of London, Coltrane, Enemy, and Roberto Escobar still last. So 1,200 metres left to go. Libyan Glass still having it his own way up in front under Ryuze Sake. Kieran Schumacher not pressing the issue, riding a patient race on Trawlerman outside of the leader, followed there by Passion and Glory, who's on the right horse's back here. Then came Iron Barrows. Next was Nayyir, who's 3 back on the inside. Pace still very moderate here with 800 metres left to go. Siskany was next from Giavellotto, Sober. Then came Seastone, who's had to do it the hard way out wide. Then came Daramethos, Sevenna's Knight in the OTI colours from Tower of London, who gets on Seastone's back and starts to improve a few pairs. Then came Coltrane, followed by Enemy as they make their way into the lane here in the Dubai Gold Cup. Roberto Escobar the last one. So they come into the straight here inside the 450, and Trawlerman now takes over and is asked for. Nayyir just lugs in a little bit in behind the leader, but starts to present now. Giavellotto working through. Siskany deeper out here under William Buick. Tower of London starting to launch the outside. Nayyir claims Trawlerman. Tower of London deeper out in the Ballydoyle purple. Takes Nayyir in the late stages, and Ballydoyle are on the board early. Takes the Dubai World Cup, does Tower of London, and does it well. 2.5 on the line, beats Nayyir. Trawlerman may have held on for 3rd from Giavellotto, Siskany. A gap to Sevenna's Knight, followed by Iron Barrows. Then came Enemy. Sober, Passion and Glory, Libyan Glass knocked up. Roberto Escobar beat only a couple home.
Tower of London. He's the new kid on the block, but he's a serious stayer. He's beaten some pretty well-established types in Siskany, Trawlerman and Giavellotto. They were all close by, but couldn't catch him. You have to wonder what will be their main target domestically. Would they try their hand at 4,000 metres in the Gold Cup, or is it the Goodwood Cup? Check the odds, pick a winner.
Yeah, I think the form's pretty good. You know, you've got some really nice horses that were quite well beaten off, the likes of Enemy, Sober for Andre Fabre. There's no fluke about this.
Turning into the straight, he had a ton of horse underneath him, and when he unleashed this son of Galileo, the response was hugely impressive, Martin.
He's a class horse, and as Aidan and Brian has done time and time again, this horse just keep improving. And I'm looking forward to watching a replay fully, because Ryan Moore,
to give him a brilliant ride.
More than impressive. His last run was so full of credit, but I don't think anyone was expecting that.
No, the last time in Saudi he was only ready to start, so we felt that he was going to come forward from then, but Alan has been over the moon with him and Pat all week. They were saying that everything he was doing was real right, and I knew speaking to Alan before the race he was very confident. I knew speaking to Ryan he was very confident, so that's usually a good sign.
And moving forward for the rest of the night.
1776 will commence again if you try to take our fire on